I'm Commissioner Massa Washington. Okay. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
My first question to you, according to eyewitnesses' accounts, before the war in 1990, before the war in 1990, you worked at the Advent V Union Company as secretary. It's a car dealership.
Yeah.
You work with this company. It's a car dealership company. They're in the business of selling cars, used cars. You work there as secretary. You worked there along with one Edward Dominique Yambasu, who was the accountant, chief accountant of the business. That was before the war. On September 10, 1992, according to eyewitnesses' accounts, you drove to the Johnson Street house of Mr. Yambasu and his wife, who was 8 months pregnant at the time. And you invited him, Mr. Yambasu, to go with you to attend a meeting of the company which you were managing at the time, because the original owner of the company allegedly died in 1990, was killed by NPFL fighters. When you arrived at the home of the Yambasus, you went with a gray car. You took 5 men along with you. 3 sat in the back and 2 in the front. When you spoke to Edward, he went with you, he sat in the back of the car. He was the 4th person. And you all went to the company's office or headquarters at Jacobtown on the stretch of the Somalia Drive. He never came home. 2 days later, when he didn't arrive home or return home, his family members, including his father-in-law, one Patrick Doe, went out searching for him. They went to the company and spoke to one of the employees there, who said to them there was no meeting that took place 2 days earlier, that he never made it to the meeting point. He never went to the company. He never went there with you. They never saw you there either. The family, raising the concern and alarm, reported the case to the police. On September 14, 4 days later, his body was found at the Double Bridge, Gardnersville. He was killed, allegedly beaten to death. His body was found by ECOWAS soldiers. This was September 14, 1992. They deposited his remains at the JFK Medical Center morgue. The family, sensing foul play, reported the matter to the police and named you as chief suspect of the murder of Mr. Edward Dominique Yambosu. They took the matter to the Justice Ministry. You were arrested and jailed, but later released. Now, can you please tell us?
How did I get released? Did they find out from the police?
Can you please tell us what you know about the death of Mr. Edward Dominique Yambosu and what were the circumstances?
Anyway, thank you very much, although I don't like the presentation, but I will elaborate. And there was a company, even the name of the company that you gave me, I don't have any idea of that company. The company was Transwheel Trading Corporation.
Well, thank you for correcting the name of the company. Thank you very much.
So, I used to work with the company. I also was not a secretary. I was an operational manager because I handled forwarding, clearing, other operative for them. I was not subject to an office. Only Edward was subject to the office. And this company was owned by 2 Lebanese and 1 Badingo. There were 3 shareholders. And after the war, came back, the Mandingo man died by the NPFL people, as you just said. And one of the Lebanon men came from overseas, and he wrote a power on Tony, authorizing Edward and myself to manage the affair until he can come back if situation improves, because situation had not improved at that time when he just came in, because they left a lot of vehicle in the yard. So Edward and myself had that document in together, and we were friends. He and myself were close friends. He visited me to my house nearly every day, and I go to his house nearly every day. And on one occasion, the late Mandingo man relative came from Ezra, and they wanted to claim the company property from Edward and myself for managing the company with the document that the Lebanon man gave us, two of the shareholders, because that document was given in consultation with the other Lebanese men. So, and we told the people, one Adama Kamara, late Adama Kamara, and we told his brother, we said, look, this thing, we got to handle it professionally, because we are representing a shareholder in this thing. He entrusted us, Edward and myself. So there was some argument in the company about the property. But Edward and myself were one side, and the Adama relative were one side. So we reported the matter, and later on they succeeded in getting Edward and myself off of the company yard. And Edward and myself didn't have access to any of the facility anymore. So that was not satisfactory with Edward and myself. And I told Edward, we can't say that this thing goes like this, we got to take a stand. And he and myself reported the matter. He came to my house, we reported the matter to the police. And the police, and I went for Edward that morning, and the police asked us to come to facilitate, go and arrest the truck, and then we can go into the matter. Then we know who to be given the right. So that morning I drive on Johnson Street, pick Edward up, I alone in my white vehicle, Toyota Corolla. It was never gray, and I didn't go with anybody, Edward and myself. And we came to the police station, red light, and pick up a CID fellow, a police fellow. In the car were three, and went to Jamaica Road, Salon Economic Contingent Checkpoint. And we stood there, parked my car, Edward, myself, and the policeman. And we reported the matter to the ECOWAS. They wanted to arrest certain truck. We are waiting for them here. And the first truck came, and we were parked and arrested. And they said we should escort the truck to the police station, and Edward should stay at the checkpoint to wait and identify the other truck to the ECOWAS, and they will park the truck, and we are going to park the other truck to the police station and come back. So the driver got into the truck, the CID got into the truck, and I alone were driving behind it to make sure the truck reached. I left Edward at that checkpoint, Salon Economic checkpoint. And while going at the Pinsville red light, when we reached the company, Kumera factory area there, the driver parked the truck, the policeman in the truck, and he said he was not going. And I parked behind the truck. I didn't know where I was going. When the driver got down, he wanted to attack me. And I started my car, I wanted to escape. And he took a stone and bust my car back windshield. I was on the run already. I would have died too. So the case intensified, and we all ran to the nearest police station. We didn't even reach where we went to supermarket, police station. The commander there at that time was 1cc. So we got there in the night, or almost in the night. So we were at the police station, and my vehicle slept at the police station, and we all went to, and the policeman told us to go home. And I was allowed to carry my vehicle to come back the next day. The truck slept in the police station there. And I went home that night. I didn't see Edward. And we didn't go back to that checkpoint. I didn't go back to that checkpoint with the police station, supermarket police station there. So I started wondering about Edward. Don't see the other truck. He can't come to see what's going on. Up to the time I went home. When I went home, in fact, my car, I didn't carry it home that night. Sorry, I didn't carry my car home. My car slept there and the truck slept there. When I went home, I started wondering, there was no telephone business that time. I said, I wanted to die, and Edward won't come look for me. I didn't know something had happened to Edward. So the next day, we were supposed to go back to that police station the next day. I didn't go there. I went straight to my lawyer in town on Ashmore Street. And while to my lawyer place, I decided for my lawyer place I was going to go to Edward place. My lawyer was in there, he was at the court. So I went to the court to find him, and I passed to the police. I talked to one assistant director at the time, one Zuba, and I told him the incident that occurred at the police station in the night and the busman windshield and other things. Because even the police, I found them getting biased in the investigation. At that time, the issue of Edward had not even come up. So as soon as I leave the police station to go to the Temple of Justice to find my lawyer, I saw the very shareholder brother with a writ from the Barnesville court at the police station. As soon as I left Zuba office, that look, you are wanted at the court, writ of arrest. Oh. I said, okay, come. I just walked with him behind the police Temple of Justice building. We got my lawyer, one Councilor Freeman, and he handled the writ. And he said, let's go to the court. And we went to the Barnesville court. Went to the Barnesville court, and my lawyer went and prepared a bond, and that we get ready for the case. And he got a release for my vehicle, and I took my vehicle to the garage, and I left the place. The court, and I was released. The next day to go into the matter by Monday. Monday morning, when I went into Monday morning, up to that, I think happy weekend Friday, when I went to the same lawyer on Ashmore Street, so I parked my car in front of the lawyer place. Somebody saw me from church ministry. He said, Sekou, you are wanted. You are wanted. I said, what happened? He said, you drive to Edward house and you pick it up and you were found dead. I said, what? He was found dead? He said, yes. From justice ministry, my lawyer told me right there, went to the police, homicide section. When I explained the story, I didn't even go to jail. They arrested the other party, the people, they brought them and they detained them. And the lady were there. The lady were there, they told the lady we use the man state witness. We found who killed your husband. And that was all. And they detained those guys that bust my car windshield, to the group that were fighting against. They detained them in the presence of the lady. She was at the police station there. But all she know, I take her husband, and she was just accusing me. She didn't want any other thing. And up to now, when this testimony is shocking to me, because she know exactly what happened, and just what I'm explaining, and that what happened. Yeah, Yomi, I think Yomi was police director at the time, and when this incident happened. So, yeah. So, it happened. I didn't go to jail. I went home. The next day to come and testify and explain. The CID director was involved. The director of CID, we are at homicide section, but the director was involved. And he said, look, this man will be used as state witness, and we will find the man that killed Edward. And I went home. I think the next 2 days, I don't know what happened. Why the people were in jail waiting to go to court, but they were doing some investigation. They stayed there until Octopus came. Octopus came, I left the country, and I came back, and I saw the people out. And since then, nobody approached me in the matter. Nobody come to me. And since then, until I can hear from here. So that what happened?